So kindly go through that poem, please, once. See, for figures of speech, what are the major figures of speech operating imageries that are used in that particular thing? What does the first paragraph describes about? What does it deals with? So Aunt Jennifer's tiger sprants across a screen, bright topaz denizens of the world of green. So let us have that two lines into focus. See the first two words, Aunt Jennifer. In the beginning, Aunt is given an identity. Her name is revealed to her. But this is not there when you come to the third paragraph. If you observe, when Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will. Okay, that is what how it starts there. So this is a difference between the treatment of the subject in the beginning of the poem and at the end of the poem. Aunt Jennifer's tiger prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of the world of green. Bright topaz citizens of the world of green. So what does the world of green refers to? World of green refers to forest. What does the word prance mean in the above extract? Bright topaz denizens of the world of green, they do not fear the men beneath the tree. So how does the poet or how does Aunt Jennifer describe her tigers? Three words are very important there. Sleek, chivalric, certainty. Kindly highlight the word meaning of these three words. Sleek, chivalric, and certainty. Kindly underline this particular thing. Sleek, chivalric, and certainty. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Bright topaz, the figure of speech is metaphor. The figure of speech used is metaphor. Denizens here mean citizens of the world of green. World of green refers to forest. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. So this line is very important because the opposite person which is contrasted with the tiger is very much nervous because of the male domination, because of the unhappy relationship with that of the uncle, which is not mentioned directly but indirectly here. She is a victim of an unhappy, uncordial married life. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Underline the three words. Sleek, chivalric certainty. Underline. What do you mean by topaz? What do you mean by topaz? What do you mean by topaz? Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering. Underline. What is the physical and mental condition of Aunt Jennifer? What is the physical and mental condition of Aunt Jennifer is described there. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. An example of onomatopoeia there. Onomatopoeia and alliteration operates in those two lines. Fingers fluttering. There onomatopoeia also, if from the MCQ that is given over there, if onomatopoeia is there, onomatopoeia fits directly into that particular thing. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The mental condition, why does she finds it difficult for her to pull the ivory needle? Find even the ivory needle her pull because she is nervous because of the uncordial, unhappy relationship which she had with her uncle. The massive weight of the uncle's wedding band. What does that particular thing? The massive weight. What is the figure of speech used there? What is the figure of speech used there? Can anybody tell me the massive weight? What does the figure of speech used there? Anybody? Devdarshan, tell me, what is the figure of speech used there? The opposite of that figure of speech is understatement. The opposite of that figure of speech is understatement. If so, what is the figure of speech employed there? The figure of speech used in that particular line is hyperbole. You can just underline. The massive weight of the uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. So the poet is juxtaposing or contrasting the the tigers which the Aunt Jennifer is making with the real physical condition of Aunt Jennifer. When Aunt is dead, see, she is denied a title there. She is not addressed even as Jennifer. When we address a person, we identify him by the name by giving respect. Here, that particular respect is denied. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands, underline the expression terrified hands. Please recall the figure of speech used in the the terrified hands. It is transferred epithet. Please underline, it is transferred epithet. Will lie still ringed with ordeals. That particular expression can be used for a 2-mark question. Explain. Still ringed with ordeals. She was mastered by the tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. What will happen to the tigers after the death of the Aunt Jennifer? What will happen to the tigers after the death of Aunt Jennifer? So now I've given a brief, very brief introduction about the particular poem to recall the major points. Now let us go through that particular video to make a recapitulation of the major points. Meanwhile, you can kindly go with the study notes also. Please go through the handout given by the department. Please go through those particular things for clarifications. Any area to be again explained, you can ask for it. Figures of speech, metaphor, alliteration, onomatopoeia, transferred epithet, all those things wherever it is used, kindly go through that poem, identify the instances where that particular poem is, the point is used. I'm referring to the study material. This is displayed over the board. Is it visible? Is the material visible to you? Children,
Yes, sir.
Is it readable or do I need to zoom in, zoom out?
Mm, yes, sir. Now it's clear.
Okay, fine. The poet expresses the inner feelings of a woman, Aunt Jennifer. The aunt is embroidering a motif comprising of energetic, fearless tigers moving freely around the bright greenery. She is living a life of submissiveness to her husband's command. Her acts are dominated by him and she fears him constantly. This pattern of the free and fearless tiger reflects her inner desire to live free and fearless life. The tigers are graceful, elegant, and bright. The qualities of the tiger, when you write the poetry question, try to use vocabulary which is used in the poem itself. So I want or I request you to use the words chivalry. How does the poet describe the tigers? If this is the question, please mention sleek, chivalric certainty. And the word meaning of the words chivalric also should be mentioned there. The tigers are graceful, elegant, and bright. Aunt Jennifer's fingers tremble as she embroiders. She is old but still fears her husband. She does not enjoy the freedom to do anything as per wish. She is sacred doing the embroidery. scared, sorry. She is scared doing the embroidery, and fears is worth. Worth here refers to anger. Since the day she got married, she has been fulfilling the demands of her husband. The wedding ring of her hand is constant reminder that she belongs to her husband, that ringed with ordeals. Because even if after that she is controlled by the customs and rituals that are associated with a man-woman relationship, which is called as the marriage over here. The burden of the demanding marriage has exhausted her. The torment will not end until her death. Even after her, the ring will remain on her hand and she will never be free. On the other hand, the tiger she is embroidering will continue to move around freely forever. So that is the major arguments of this particular poem as such. Now, please go through the line by line explanation displayed over there. So the words which you need to highlight or focus is already visualized here. I have already told, but re-initializing, these are the question areas where so and so time, many times it was asked. Figure of speech here, bright topaz. Metaphor, those who are still not able to identify the figures of speech, please note at least at the 11th hour of the day. Bright topaz, then it is denizens. What does the poet mean by the expression denizens? Who it is referred to that, etc. Of the world of green. World of green means forest. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. Who are they referred to? MCQ possibilities are there. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. For find a word which means under from the above extract. Find a word from the above extract which means under. Please underline the word beneath. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. The words sleek, chivalric, and certainty you should always keep in mind explaining this particular characteristics of this particular tigers. I need that words itself to be recapitulated in your answers. Any doubts at any point of time? Anywhere you need an explanation? They refers to the tigers made by Aunt Jennifer. So moving ahead, when you come to the literary devices, you have rhyme scheme, not very much commonly asked, but still. Then you have anaphora, use the same word in consecutive lines. They do not, they is that particular thing. This you can note down as a new learning of the discussion. Metaphor, use of topaz. This is already described to you. So this particular figure of speech alone, you please note down in your text. Use of the same word in two consecutive lines. So when I look into that corner, this is where that particular device is used. When I look into, this is the area where anaphora is used. They do not, they two times in two consecutive lines, that word demonstrative determiner they is used there. So that is why it is called as an anaphora. You can mention this particular thing as this was not discussed in the earlier classes, because this time we have MCQ questions over there. So you kindly make a mention of that poetic device. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering. Fingers fluttering can be an alliteration. It can be an example for alliteration, and the word onomatopoeia can be employed in the word fluttering. So two figures of speech are highlighted over there. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. Find even the ivory needle hard to pull. So here you can put a WH question. Why? Why did Aunt find difficult to pull the ivory needle? Something like that. Again, I stress the massive weight of the uncle's wedding band. Figure of speech is hyperbole. The figure of speech is hyperbole. What does that particular line mean by, etc., can be a question. Sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. So literary devices, alliteration in and onomatopoeia. These are the two figures of speech. Then when you come to the next is terrified hands is an example for transferred epithet. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with the ordeal she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. So per is repeated in prancing proud. That also you can make a mention in your text. The last line of that particular thing you can make it as this. Prancing proud is an example for alliteration. So kindly go through the literary questions. Any doubts from any of these angles, you can ask me now. Any doubts, children? Children, is the class with me? Is there any doubts? Okay. Thank you, children, for your patient listening. Meet you at tomorrow at sharp 7 o'clock. Thank you.